Welcome everybody to this episode of Transparent Tuesday. We're back. And it's me, best-selling author of the book entitled Process, 14 Surprisingly Simple Behaviors, Skyrocket Millennials to Success. My name is Jonathan Jones, and I'm glad that y'all joined me today. Boom! Out of nowhere, I heard a loud sound. I said, what's happening? Wait. How'd that even? And then after sitting there for a second, then I had to realize that I didn't know where my brother was. Y'all, have you ever got to a place to where you became fearful? You became lost? You didn't even know how you got in that situation, but at the same time, you knew something wasn't right? That's the exact situation I found myself in. And in that moment, I didn't even know what to do. I didn't even know where to look. And I wasn't even able to process through the whole just chain of emotions I felt. Y'all write emotions down there at the bottom. Write emotions. Because as I was going through this, and like I said before, I didn't know where my brother was. Then I had to realize that day, and just like I'm sharing with y'all in this moment, that sometimes drastic things happen in our life. Sometimes there's events that take place that we cannot control. Sometimes our emotions are just all over the place. We don't know how to handle it. We don't know where to look. We don't know who to talk to about these issues. We don't know how to handle this situation. But today I just wanted to share something just really quick with you. Just something really brief. And I want you all to understand that at the end of the day, if we realize it or not, everybody on this broadcast, everybody watching this video, everybody who is within the world, somebody is looking up to us. I really just want to hit on that today. Who are you a role model for? I want y'all to write role model down at the bottom. Because in my story, like I said, I didn't know where my brother was. And for me, I was the younger brother. Always following behind my brother wherever he went. My brother went to go get something to eat. I got the same thing he got. My brother, was wearing FUBU jeans. I wanted FUBU jeans. My brother was in the band playing the drums. I wanted to play the drums. He was my role model. I looked up to him. When he would go play basketball and dribble in between his legs, I wanted to play basketball and dribble between my legs. It just made sense. But y'all, I want you to see and understand. Understanding it can be scary at times. Understanding that you might feel that you're inadequate to fill this position. But you have to understand and you must accept the fact that you are a role model for somebody. You see that one day where it was a hot day in Texas. It was a hot summer. And me and my brother went over to our good friend's house. It was these two young men. Their name were Sam and Solomon. And we probably were like 10 and 12-ish. And, this is around the time where they had those Tamagotchis. Those of y'all who don't know, a Tamagotchi was a digital pet. And you shake it up and then you have to feed it. It had like 3 buttons on it. One was to feed it, one was to clean up the poop, and one was, I don't know what the other button was for, but there's 3 buttons of Tamagotchis. And we went over their house and they said, hey, we want to play with your Tamagotchis. We said, okay, you can, cool. We don't care. That's fine. We said, if you let us borrow your rollerblades, because around that time, that was when rollerblades were something that me and my brother didn't have access to. That was when we would go to the skating rink and we always could appreciate rollerblades, but We didn't have any. But then we went out and, we're going outside. We're rollerblading around the apartment complex. It was cool. It was fun. But then, it got to a point where just riding around in the parking lot wasn't as fun. Just skating around, it was hot. So just skating and stopping and landing on the ground, the asphalt was hot. So it was like, that's not too much fun. Then my brother's skating around, I'm skating right behind him. He going, I'm going, just right behind him. Because like I said before, he was my role model. I looked up to him. And then my brother had the presence of mind. He had the presence of mind to understand that I was going to follow him wherever he went. So then we're skating around, and Miss Joyce was Sam and Solomon's mother's name. We said, Miss Joyce, look at us. Miss Joyce, look at us. She went inside for a second. My brother was about to skate away. And then my brother said, Jonathan, don't follow me. He said, stay here. I said, what? He said, no, don't follow me. I said, man, I guess. Nobody want to follow you anyway. But then when Miss Joyce came back outside, she said, Jonathan, where's your brother? I said, I don't know. He just told me not to follow him. Next thing you know, my brother told me not to follow him because he knew that he was going to go skating down the asphalt hill. And the thing about the asphalt hill, first he hit a speed bump, then he continued to roll down the asphalt hill. I wonder, can anybody even begin to guess what was at the bottom of the asphalt hill? It was a 6-lane highway. So that noise that I heard, then followed by sirens, then followed by screaming. Plain and simply put, that was a car hitting my brother. And then the car proceeded to drag my brother from under the car for about a quarter of a mile. Y'all, why my brother told me not to follow him, it wasn't because he wanted to be mean. My brother told me not to follow him because he knew he was about to put himself in harm's way. He knew that he didn't know he understood that whatever lied at the other side of the asphalt hill, if he was going to experience it, he didn't want me to experience it. He was protecting me. The first thing that comes to mind is that quote that Wesley Snipes says in New Jack City, am I my brother's keeper? And that thing resonates with me really well right now, because what I want y'all to understand is that everybody on this broadcast, everybody watching this video, everybody in your family, you might have sons, you might have daughters, you might have aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, all that. We all are somebody's role model. We all have to own up to that fact. And honestly, you might never even see the person that you're a role model to. That individual might be following you around on social media. That individual might be watching you from a distance. That individual might be looking at your Facebook statuses. That individual could be sitting in your class. That individual could be somebody who's in your church. You never know where these people are. They admire you. They may never say it, but you have to understand that somebody is looking up to you. They're watching your actions, and by you taking certain actions, they're doing certain actions to follow suit. So I want to challenge you just the rest of this week, just to understand and think about the fact of what type of behavior are you modeling? Are you modeling behavior that's worth following? Are you modeling behavior that your parents would gladly say, that's my child? Are you modeling some behavior that you might have to hide if your parents start to come around? Just wanted to leave that little nugget with you on today. Because, as y'all know, it's Transparent Tuesday, so we keep it open, we keep it honest, we keep it real. Everybody who took the time to get on the broadcast, I appreciate you. I would encourage you and I would implore you to please share this broadcast on your Facebook so your friends can check it out. And so we can empower them to make sure that they're being held accountable for their actions as well, as we all should be. If you'd like more information on me, you can first of all follow me on YouTube at Jonathan Jones Speaks. Just search that on YouTube. Jonathan Jones Speaks. That's first. Secondly, if you'd like more information on me, go to jonathanjonespeaks.com. All one word. And you can get an autographed copy of my book, my Amazon best-selling book, Process 14 Surprisingly Simple Behaviors to Skyrocket Millennials to Success. But friends, I appreciate everybody for taking the time to stop by. And I want to challenge you and also want you to remember that you are a role model. So be that role model, live in that life, and continue to stir up and encourage other people to do the same thing. Who's holding you accountable? All right, friends, I'll see you next week.